Welcome to the NUF Annual General Meeting, and a particular welcome to Ben, who will be speaking to us later and be introduced in more detail later on. The NUF can't manage without volunteers, and I have to say we have some excellent volunteers at the moment who have done long stints. So anyone who's a member here, then please think about volunteering to do a job for the NUF, because we need you. Anyone who isn't a member, please join. We've had I'd like to thank Peter Zoni, who retired from the committee this year, and welcome Howard Haig, new to the committee, and Howard Wilkins, who has been re-elected. I believe we have no apologies for absence. So I'll hand over to our Minister, who'll read our prayer.
And I'm Tony McNeill. I'm the Minister to the NUF, and it's one of the best ministries I've ever had, because I'm never ever called upon. Everyone seems to be spiritually healthy, and I'm very pleased about that.
Do you get paid?
No, I don't get paid, no, but I do charge fees. We give thanks for the light and life, for the pageantry of field and sky, for the laughter of children and the hand of a friend. We give thanks for the gifts of poetry and music, for beauty unfolded in the arts, for philosophy and science and all that helps us in our quest for meaning. May the divine spark in each one of us inspire us with the courage and the strength to seek the universal truth in the many diverse ways of our earthly life. Amid conflict and strife, may we be enabled to discern the living spirit working in the hearts of others. May we be joined in sympathy with the needs and longings of all, expressed or unexpressed, so that all may rise in fellowship from the darkness of ignorance and draw nearer to each other and to the eternal. And in this screaming silence, and above the silence, let us remember the Reverend Pat Wormsley, and let us remember Sheila Jones, our members who've passed away since we last met at one of these meetings. We hold memories of them, and we have thoughts for their families and their friends who have lost a love in their lives. And we miss them, and we commemorate their memories. And we promise to maintain their memories, to keep with us memories of what they did and how they contributed to the lives not only of this fellowship, but of the wider denomination.
I'd like to hand over to our Secretary, Ken Smith, for his report. But before I do hand over, I would like to personally thank Ken for being a wonderful secretary and somebody who's excellent to work with.
Well, thank you very much, Joy. And I'm not going to say more than a few words, because all the words really I wish to say, particularly of thanks, are in the annual report. Just to mention two things: to thank all those people, particularly during the year, who've contributed articles either to the Viewpoint or to the newsletter. We are a members' organisation, and we depend upon contributions from members. And we've had some very good contributions this year from members on a variety of subjects, and our thanks go to them. And last year I invited particularly members to send us reports about things that Unitarians were doing, pieces of social action. I had a couple published during the year, which I'm very grateful, but I'm sure there are others that are going on out there that our members, who are often very disconnected from chapels for reasons of geography, infirmity, and a host of other causes, would be interested to read. So if your chapel has something of that kind, or some special event, a little report of it could come to NUF. If it goes in the Inquirer, well and good. Not all our members see the Inquirer, so they will be interested in what is happening. The second thing I would like to address, particularly to chapel members, is that it so happens quite frequently that chapel members move to parts of the country where there is no Unitarian cause locally to which they can be attached. The NUF is a very good way of them staying in contact with the denomination. So I'm going to be bold and suggest that a leaving gift you could give to any departing member would be a year's membership of NUF.
For the last time, I would like to pass over the microphone to Elizabeth, our Treasurer, to speak about the accounts.
Sorry, I have nothing to say, except if there's any questions, I'll try and answer them. But usually there aren't. Yes.
I think there's a typing error in the 2013 column under one receipts in the schedule. Was the total 2935 doesn't add up. And I think it probably should be 253 something.
I obviously got the wrong piece of paper out to have a
Page
look.
7 of
That's
the...
what is
Yeah, I know that.
That doesn't.
Yes, but I'm trying to see what... I suspect one of the figures got put down wrongly. But
The individual figures look sensible in relation to the current year's figures. It's the
yeah,
total is not 2935.
I do recall there was an error in last year's figures that was
Yes.
corrected at the AGM, but your figures for 2015 seem to retain the, 2013 seem to retain the error from last year, which is...
The figure of 2524 appears
So
under
are we in the
receipts
receipts?
in line 1.
2524,
And I
yes.
think the 2935 should be replaced by 2524.
And that add up, it
That
add
makes
up,
sense.
it adds
Yes,
up then,
yes.
doesn't it?
I
Yes.
think that was an error transposed from last year. It was corrected at last year's.
Well, on my copy here, it was 2524. So that is probably when I keyed it in and sent it to John. So it's either me or him.
Well, it's 2524.
Couldn't read our own writing.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I ask what's the restrictions on the restricted fund?
When we started it, which was just before I joined, 1995, wasn't it? It was our 50th anniversary. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yes. They decided to have an anniversary fund, and I think we still call it that, yes, which was designed to accept legacies and other donations, and the income, not the capital, just the income, would be used for publicity and outreach expenses. And of course, in the beginning, we were getting lots and lots of interest on it, and people were spending it, and it was all right. Now we don't get much money anymore, but we keep our fingers crossed that interest rates will go up again. But we're not doing too badly on it. And some of that goes towards the maintenance of the website, and some of it goes towards special things we do for our members, like the audio thing, which Joan and Tony do. They record our publications for people who can no longer see to read them, which is a very, very useful process.
Thank you, Elizabeth. Actually, we want you very much. We want to thank you for all the work you've done as treasurer since 1998. She's been doing the job, and she's retiring this year. Knowing that she was travelling on the train, we couldn't get the bird boxes that I thought she probably would like, because she's very keen on birds. So we got you something that was much easier to carry.
It's actually Hugh that's very keen on birds.
Well, he would have had to carry it then, so we got you a token instead. So.
Oh, thank you very much. And my successor, I'm sure, is looking forward to the job.
Would Valerie like to stand up? Because this is hopefully our treasurer for a very long time. I'm going to pass over to Ken to introduce the speaker.